Flosstube, here we are. So I'm on a new laptop, so this is all new. Oh, new cabinet for Pyrex, hey? What do you think? White, shiny. Anyway, this is a little bit late because there's been stuff happening in my life, all good stuff. I got this new cabinet. Actually, I got a new dining suite, and I'll put in a photo here or here. Anyway, so it's very exciting. So that's new for my Pyrex. Except the first one that they delivered had a crack over there when they bolted it down. So they sent out a new one, and the next one they sent out, the delivery guy got filthy handprints all over it. It was his first day on the job, might have been his last, I don't know. So they gave us another one. So I was waiting for that to happen before I did my video because I wanted to use this as my backdrop. And if you can hear something in the background, that is our new kitten. Never had a pet indoors before, so this is all very new. She's lovely. She's playing down there. She may appear. We'll see. So that's happened. I got a new computer. That happened. I actually sat down to do this video like the end of July, and then the camera didn't work. It was working, and then it stopped working. Now, this is a tip for all those geeks out there, and I know you all are because we're on Flosstube. Windows 10. I put on Windows 10 and it killed the camera driver. So I had to take it back and they fixed it up. So don't upgrade to Windows 10 if you've got a HP Pavilion notebook because it might die. And my wisdom teeth. I had my wisdom teeth out as well because I tried to do the video the day before I got my wisdom teeth out and then the camera didn't work. So got my wisdom teeth out as well. That's all good though. That's all fine. No problems there. And here we are. And it's almost my Flossiversary, my 1 year on Flosstube, almost, end of this month. But we're going to say now because I won't do another video until September now, probably, unless I do some tags. So anyway, yay, happy Floss anniversary to me, a year on Flosstube. So what way to start a Flossiversary than with a finish? I keep looking at myself and not at the camera. It's a total, vain ego thing, obviously. I'll try and look at you. If I'm looking at myself, I'm looking at you, just so you know. A bit crazy today. I've got a sick baby. If you hear a cough in the background, that's because he's having a nap and a big coffee. And I've got a kitten, and it's just, I look terrible. Oh, my God. The camera's probably got really high resolution. Don't send me personal, you look terrible today. And don't even send me personal, you look great today. We just are today, okay? Fabulous. Anyway, yay, finish. Look. Now, I really hope this camera gives great images. It's not, this was ironed, but it's been put away since the beginning of July. So I started this for the summer, winter sale on cross stitch and discuss. This was summer because we got married in Hawaii, and this is our Hawaiian wedding sampler. There it is. And this took 11 days to stitch, and it was so nice to have a quick stitch. It was a really nice change to have something, because most of my projects tend to be, I would say, medium to large. They're not massive heaps or anything like that, Hades, Heaven and Earth or anything like that. One is, but they're projects that take some time. Anyway, so it was nice to have something that didn't take that long, and this has kind of influenced my plan for the 6 months, which I'll talk about later. So I had to do a little bit of rearranging because the original chart, this is a sampler, so you've got the alphabet and all the numbers and stuff like that, and I didn't want to have that. Oh, kitty cat, such a noisy kitty cat. She's only, I think, 4 months old, so she's a bit kitty and noisy. So if you can hear her, I mean, I'm sure you don't mind. Cross stitches are cat people, aren't they? So I had to do a bit of rearranging to eliminate the alphabet and just have the lines of text that I wanted, and I added in the Oahu, Hawaii line at the bottom there. It didn't originally have a place of where you got married. It just had the names, date, and the Hawaiian saying there, which I won't even attempt to say, but it means be one in love. And yeah, so I had to frog that particular line a couple of times because it wasn't centred, and you'd think it was simple, but it wasn't for me. And hey, I've been stitching for about 25 years, and I just learned how to backstitch properly on this project. Like you backstitch, okay, it's just a line. No, it's backstitching. You stitch back like this, like that. Not. Do you see what I'm saying? And I tell you, it doesn't often, you can't really tell when you're doing sort of backstitching around stuff so much, but you can definitely tell when you do lettering. I think the letters look much better when you do proper backstitch. Now let me compare. Okay, see 16 September 2011, that is done in what I used to call backstitch, which is basically, I don't know if blanket stitch is the right way to say, but basically you're using the shortest, you're stitching the shortest length, if you know what I mean. You just go to the next hole. Whereas our names at the top, Claire and Ben, and the Be One in Love line here is actually done in proper backstitch, and I think I can tell a difference. I think the stitches are much cleaner. I think the lines sort of, they follow each other rather than sort of being a little bit off like this, like this is one stitch, this is the other. Next to each other, I think they sit really well behind each other. Anyway, that's, I learned how to backstitch. Wow. Okay. It just shows you learn something new, and I'll put that in my 6-month review tag in a minute too. Anyway. So it's done. So I'm going to get that framed professionally, I think. I think it's worth it. It was done on light sand couture linen with DMC, the recommended DMC, and I'll put a picture of the chart in so you can see what the original layout is and how I changed it. So that's that. While we're on the subject of finishes, I thought, seeing as it's my Flossiversary, almost, I would show you a couple of finishes from the past. And I posted these on my Instagram account, and I thought, yeah, I haven't shown these on here before, I don't think. I may have shown this one. I think I might have shown this on like my second or my third video, but if not, I refound it, and I thought, I'm going to hang that damn thing up. This is my first cross stitch, and it's a cat, and I now have a cat, and she just sneezed. So I got this from my grandmother in a kit. It was a set. I believe it was by Golden Bee, if that's right. I found the chart the other day, and it was actually there was two. There was another one. There was another one that was a Siamese front on. And I finished that one, and I gave that one to my grandmother who had given me the kit. And I kept this one, and I refound it. Look at that kitty! And you know, it's not perfect, but it's not terrible. I mean, this was done, I would have been about 12. I think I worked out about 1991. It's not terrible. God, my backs look like that now, really. So I found that, and I thought, I'm going to hang the damn thing up. Ooh. Yeah, so there's my first cross stitch. It's where it all began. And then I'll show you, well, it's totally out of order, but it just is easier. This is what got me back into cross stitch. So I cross stitched till the end of high school, and then I fluttered off to the city and did other fabulous things. Didn't have time for cross stitch. And then I got married. No, Yeah, I did. I got married first. And I got into cross stitch again because you start nesting and babies and things. So when I was pregnant with my son, oh God, reflection. Now I get it, guys. Wow, reflection is a bastard. Anyway, I might just put in a photo of this so you can see it better front on. Birth sampler for my son, Alexander, who was born on the 2nd of June 2012. And this is Jungle Friends sampler, I think it's called. And I think it's a Design Works kit, and I bought it through Fox Collections. Harry's coughing. It's okay. And so that was finished in 2012. It wasn't finished before he was born because he was in too much of a hurry. But yeah, this hangs in his room, and it's one of my favourite finishes. I got that frame professionally. I think the framing cost me $80, but that's because you get the frame custom sized and whatever. But anyway, it was worth it for him, and it's cute. So that's what got me back into cross stitching after about 14 years or so off. Oh, and before I actually fell pregnant, but when I'd married my husband and we were, before I think we were engaged, I was at the markets and I saw a little kit and I was like, oh, cross stitch, yeah, I used to do that. That's awesome. I'll buy that. I'm not even pregnant. I don't even know if I'm having a boy, but I bought that. And I had a boy. So as soon as I found out I was pregnant and found out it was going to be a boy, I stitched up this little kit that I'd bought. Nothing flash, but it was actually probably the first thing I stitched after 14 years. So sweet little boy. Perfect. He is most of the time. Put that there. Put that there. And the last finish I'm going to show you. Now, this just shows how far we've come in a year, people, to be showing you this. Even though this hangs up in our house, it only hangs up because my husband says it should. And I can see all the faults in it. But it's a significant stitch of my life, which is, you know, what this is about. So in Year 12, I did art. And when you do Year 12 in Australia, which is our final year, I don't know if it is the same everywhere around the world, but anyway, so I'm 18 and you've got to do a major work for Year 12 art. And I decided to do cross stitch. So I went and took a photo of a old shearing shed that was not far from the farm I grew up on. So I took this black and white photo of this shearing shed, and then I got this big bit of grid paper and I blew the photo up black and white, and it was about that A3 size, I think it was. And I drew lines all over it, and I got graph paper, and I made this chart. This is all before we all used, well, I haven't used one, but these Pick for Pat, I think it's called, like these computer programs where you can convert photos to cross stitch. Well, this is before that. This is all by hand. Anyway, so this is what I ended up with. It's probably not going to show very well. This is what I ended up with. This is my shearing shed. Now, you may notice it's not finished. I wrote this off as an artistic, you know, this is totally on purpose. It's just to give dimension and, you know, highlight the shed and blah, blah, blah. But actually, it had been intended to be filled in completely. There shouldn't be any, all that white sky and stuff. But, pretty big. And you know how cross stitch takes a long time? Yeah, well, I started this in about, I doubt I even gave myself 6 months to do this. And I was in Year 12, so I was studying for my HSC and not studying. The tree came out pretty good. If what I'd done on the tree had carried through to the whole thing, I think we would have had something pretty good. But I'm sorry about the glare. It's crap, isn't it? Anyway, that's it. Now I've considered taking it down and taking it off the frame and finishing it, but you know what? Oh, it's going to slide. You know what? I couldn't be bothered because it's not something I would stitch now. And I'd end up wanting to restitch the whole thing because there's no, the corrugations, it's just flat grey. It's like 417 or 415 or something like that, DMC. I'd end up wanting to redo the thing. It's not that it just needs to be finished. It's like the whole thing I would redo because I'm a totally different cross stitcher. And it's also not what I want to stitch. I don't want to stitch black and white. I like colour. The things I enjoy stitching the most are colourful. So I'm not going to redo it because I don't want to. And plus I figure it's a snapshot of what my stitching was when I was 18. I'm 36 next week, by the way. Yeah, that's like late 30s. I can probably still say mid-30s, but we're almost late 30s. Anyway, so that's that. Whips. Well, okay, there's kind of two whips. I'll show you. Okay, when I finished the when I had finished the wedding sampler, I did a quick stitch of a card for a lady called Lynn, who's the lady who sent me the Mermaid pattern I showed you, the Teresa Wentzler. I stitched her a card. I'll put a photo in here. And it took ages to get there, and I was really getting stressed, and I thought it won't arrive, and she won't know that I was really grateful. And some postman's playing football with my card. Anyway, it did arrive. It turned out that it had been delivered to her neighbour. She's in Ireland, so I don't know. Anyway, maybe they don't have mailboxes in Ireland. Who knows? Anyway, she got it and she liked it, and I'm glad, and I just wanted to make sure she knew that I really appreciated her generosity. So thanks again, Lynn, you're ace. And then I went back to working on my Macintosh mill, which I've been getting so many lovely comments about on Instagram and on Cross Stitch and Discuss and wherever else I post it, because I'm a bit of a post maniac. Been getting some really lovely comments about it, and Tara Ward is now stitching this, and there's been Sharon has got a different Charles Wysocki pattern that she's doing, and a lot of people seem to really like it, and I'm so glad because I love it. And here we are. Shall I put up a photo of where we were? I'll put up a photo where I were first. Just forget you saw that. I started this for Stitch Mania on the 1st of May, and then I stitched it for that 1 week, and it looked like this after that 1 week. And then I left it until I'd finished the Hawaiian sampler, and then I'd finished the card, which I did just, over the weekend quickly. And then I started this again. I think it's been going now for about 5 or 6 weeks, I think. 5 weeks, I think. So this is where we are now. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. So I'm so pleased with how it looks. And God, I like stitching it. Like I was saying before, I really love colour. Colour is it. And it's such a nice change to have something that's not confetti. And every little bit you do feels like a new finish, and I don't know, it's just nice. If you're thinking about doing a Charles Wysocki, totally do it. I know Tara C actually showed in her how to frame tutorial, she showed a train station one that she'd finished that was Charles Wysocki. And there's a few other lovely ones out there that have got quilts in them, and they've often got the horse and carriage and little people, and there's that style. And then there's a series with cats in them, which now I'm interested in doing because of our cat. I'll have to show it to you. I'm a bit in love with that cat, which is weird because I'm not a cat person. I had a cat once before in my life. That was when I grew up on a farm, and it lived outside. It was an outdoor cat. It was a ginger cat, and he had attitude, man. He was cool, called Cairo. But Never had a cat living inside before. We've only had it for 2 days. This is her second day. Bit smitten. Totally smitten. Last night I sat down cross stitch and she just sat on my lap the whole time. And she chose me over my husband, who was sitting in the other room playing Xbox. And he thought she was going to come sit on his lap, but no, she sat on mine. And our fate was sealed. Anyway, so look at me peeking underneath looking like an idiot. So yeah, the real revolution with this is that I'm backstitching as I go. Can I just tell you what a change that makes? Totally backstitch as you go. Here we go. I'll do a pan. Hope this works. Feels like it would work. You can see here around the wheel. Where's the wheel? The wheel. Got a whole lot of French knots there for the splashing of the water, which I think is a really cool effect. The back stitching around the wheel is sort of done. The back stitching on the stonework on the cider mill there is done. The back stitching on these little people here, they came out really well. They were fun. And the apple trees there. And I'm just working on the tavern over this side. And you can see up there the sky is all just half stitches. The grass in the foreground is just half stitches. And it really does add dimension to it. This is my first dimension kit that I've ever done, so I'm not experienced how dimension kits are before. And I really like them. I know some people say they don't like them, but I like them. I think they're really good. So that's that. I'm decided I'm going to keep working on this until it's done, because I'm going to be doing something with it as a giveaway. So once it's done, there'll be a giveaway. And you'll have to keep posted for that, because I'm not going to mark it as giveaway. I'm just going to talk about it. And if you're watching, then you'll see it's a giveaway and you can enter it. But I'm not going to promote it as a giveaway, because there was talk about this on Cross Stitch and Discuss. Someone had said, look, I don't want to use the word giveaway because I want my regular subscribers to be the people who have a chance to win, rather than just people who search for giveaway. And I thought that was a really good idea. So if you're watching this and you want to, and you like this, then keep watching. When this is done, there'll be something announced. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to keep working on it. I reckon maybe, so this is about 5 or 6 weeks worth of work. I reckon I've got maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4, maybe. I don't know, it depends how much the cat distracts me. Okay, I'll stop showing it. It's my only whip. It's all I've worked on, which is so unusual. But the fact is that I've got 5 whips at the moment. This one, my green tree, Save the Stitches, my AAN butterfly, and Battle of Hastings. So I've got 5, and I'm starting my Teresa Wentzler on the 22nd of September. So I'm not going to have 6. What I want is 4, and what I want to have is I want to have at least one of those whips being what I would consider a small project, one that I can finish in anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks of stitching, because I want to have more regular finishes, and I rediscovered the joy of small stitches when I did my wedding sampler. So I'd like to introduce that as an idea. Maybe I should do my tag, because this is kind of what that's about. So my 6 monthly tag, D-Stitches tag, is the year going like I thought? Cross stitch is even more enjoyable than I thought. It's a real central part of my life now. I've got my Pyrex. This isn't in an order. I was going to say I've got my Pyrex, my baby. No, I have my family, I have our business, I have cross stitch, and I have Pyrex, and I have my friends, obviously. But it's my thing I do every day, and I just love it. It relaxes me. It's that time for me. It's I've never had a real hobby or passion before where it was this much dedication and this much time and whatever I've done. But yeah, I guess it is going how I'd hoped, but it's going better than I'd hoped, I guess. Have you learned anything new about yourself this year? I've learned that I'm actually quite disciplined, which is a surprise. I don't think I've ever been disciplined about anything else in my life. I always seem to choose having fun over working. Or no, just, cross stitches made me realise I can be very disciplined, and maybe I need to be disciplined about other aspects of my life, because I've got plans with my cross stitch and I can commit to them and I can stick to them, and I can, like with my Macintosh mill, and with new starts and things like that, I'm very planned out what I'm going to do. So I've learned that about myself. Have you learned any new techniques this year? I've learned how to backstitch properly. I've learned how to do black work on my Save the Stitches, which I started on the 1st of January. I've learned how to use linen and even weave. Gosh, I've learned how to use variegated threads. I've learned about thread heaven. I've learned about lap stands. I've learned everything. Like I've said, I've been stitching for about 25 years, since I was, 12 or whatever. And honestly, I have learnt more this year from being involved in Flosstube and Instagram and Facebook than I have in those first 24 years or whatever. So, I guess I restarted my interest in cross stitch about 2 years ago, but this year has been a real learning curve with a lot of different techniques and just refining my stitching and being more disciplined about the way I stitch. And yeah, there's been some pretty key techniques that I've learnt, really. Even like highlighting my chart as I go. I'd never done that before, which seems just so obvious. But it's great. Needle minders, I never had those before. Yeah, heaps of stuff. What do you want to accomplish this year? Okay, so my 6 monthly plan is I am going to finish my Macintosh mill. Then if I'm finished that before I start my Teresa Wentzler on the 22nd of September, I will work on my Battle of Hastings. And I'm going to focus on getting Battle of Hastings done. I would like to have it done for my husband's birthday at the end of November, because it's for him. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to work on Battle of Hastings and try and get that finished, which will get me down to 4 whips with the Mermaid. And then I want to finish, and then I think I'll just go into normal rotation with my 4. As soon as I've finished my AAM Spring Butterfly, which I think will be the next finish I have after those two, those Macintosh Mill and Battle of Hastings, I think it will be that, because it's the smallest. Then I'm going to introduce a whip, which is going to be what I would consider a small whip, into my rotation. So I'll have 3 fairly significant. I'll have Green Tree, Save the Stitches and Mermaid, which are all big projects. All of them are big projects. They're all over a year, 2 years, whatever. Nursing home, whatever. And then one project will be a small project. And one of those projects will be this one. This I got sent by a lovely lady. Let me peek in underneath. I first saw this on Carolyn's video. Hi, Carolyn. When she had it in her haul video recently. And she read it out and I thought, oh, that is me to a T. And I won't reread it because Carolyn already read it, and there's an excuse to go watch her video if you haven't already. You can try and read it yourself. I sound weird when I recite poetry, but that is me. And And when I saw this on Carolyn's video, I thought, oh, I've got to get my hands on that. And then some people were talking about it on Aussie Cross Stitch, sorry. And a lady mentioned she had it, and I said, oh, I'd really love it if you've got it available. I would love that chart. Happy to pay you for it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she just sent it to me without any payment, and I'm just so grateful. And I'll only mention her first name because I don't know whether she'd like me to, but this is from a lady called Jenny, and it was very generous of her. And I'm so grateful, Jenny. And it's beautiful. And so this will be a small stitch that I will introduce as part of my regular rotation. So hopefully I'll get this. I should get this done this year. So that's on the plan. And if I finish that one, after that will be, I didn't bring it here to the table with me, but it's called Bathroom Humour, and I think it's leisure art, but I'll put a photo in here. That's another chart I bought recently. I'm going to do that for our bathroom, where my son's bathroom. So that's another small stitch. That one won't take very long. Then I'm definitely going to do a biscornu. I would love to get one of them done for Christmas. I'd love to do one for my mum as well. I love the look of biscornus. I've never done one, and they just look gorgeous. And I'd like to try just doing a little pin cushion as well, just like making a mini pillow. Carolyn did one of those in her finish videos, and they look great. So I'd like to do that. And, the other little thing, this will be enough little projects for a while, but the other thing I'd like to try doing are some little Mill Hill ornament kits. I saw these on Little Yellow House Craft. I think that's right, on her video. She's done a stack of these little Santa ornaments, Mill Hill Santa ornaments, and I just thought they looked awesome. I've done ornaments before, but I've done them on that perforated plastic stuff, and I find it really hard to stitch on because there's no give in it, and maybe my tension's too tight, but I don't like stitching on the plastic stuff. But I believe the Mill Hill is more of a paper, and I haven't heard anyone else complain about them before. So after seeing her Santas, and she's got a series of them, there's like Navajo, and there's like the Mountain Santa and the Atlantic, I don't know, all these different Santas. And I thought, yeah, I'd like to try some of those. And I've seen they're in my wish list now on 123 Stitch, are a few Mill Hill kits that I've chosen out. One of them is a love heart, and it's like it must be a series where it's like, I love these things. And there's one about gardening, and there's one about stitching. I might put a photo in it here. I wonder if I can do this. Could I put a photo here? Like a newsreader. So there's that one. And then there's a series of ornaments which are like baubles, and they look really pretty. Put them here. Another one. There's another one. I hope this works because otherwise this is going to look stupid. And there's also one that looks like a lantern. So I'm going to give those a go. So that's on my wish list. I think I'm probably over 6 months here, but these are my plans. I'd love to do the twisted band sampler, or maybe the rainbow band sampler. That's in my wish list as well. And by God, oh gee, oh whiz, I'm going to do myself a mirabilia. But I'll wait till after my mermaid is finished because that's going to be my lady. I would have done at the Met, except my mum has chosen to do it, which has blown me away. I'm so proud of her. She's way cool. My mum's 71 in November, and she only just got back into cross stitching as well because I think I've influenced her because I now live in the same town as her. We only moved here 18 months ago. So I've been influencing her with cross stitch. So we used to cross stitch together when I was a teenager, but she's back into it now, and she just finished a really beautiful project. I don't think I've got a photo of it. If I do, I'll put it in, but I don't think I do. anyway, she did this recently, did this kit, which was her first time ever using even weave, and it just came out so nice. And she knocked it over in no time. She's a whiz. And then she started talking about her next project, and she's like, oh, I think I'd like to do something really, different. She's done a lot of flowers. Every chart she's ever done has been from a magazine or from a book. Been pretty, I don't want to say stock standard, but just a lot of floral things and pretty simple stuff. Just stuff what we used to find in magazines. I think the ones in magazines now are a bit more advanced, to be honest. But so she's saying to me, oh, I'd really like to do something, maybe like a really elegant thing, like a lady or something. And I'm like, oh, let me take you to a certain website. So, of course, I took her to Mirabilia, and she just went, oh, that one. I like that one. And it was at the Met, and I thought, yeah, that's cool. That would have been the one I think I would have chosen to do myself. So I'm going to live vicariously through my mother and watch her stitch that, and I'm going to buy it all for her for Christmas, which is really exciting because I just want to buy it anyway. So I'll get her all I think there's Karen water lilies in that, and my plan at the moment is to buy her the 32 count linen. I think it's like a coffee or a mocha colour. That's what it's recommended. That's what I'm thinking I'll get her at the moment, unless I come up with something else brilliant. And yes, that's going to be Mum's Christmas present. So that's a 6 monthly plan, because I'm just going to pretend I'm stitching it, even though she's stitching it. And it'll be nice to see someone else stitch it before I give it a go, I guess, anyway. So see how she handles it. And I think I might buy her a Q-snap. God, I'm rambling. This is what my brain does all the time with cross-stitch. I'm like, I think about it all the time. It must drive my husband crazy talking about it. I'm either talking about cross-stitch or I'm talking about pirates. So, but he's always talking about cars, so I guess it's only fair. So, yeah. So the Mirabilia. Oh, I'm going to get her a Q-snap. I'm also going to try it as Q-snap by using my mother as a guinea pig. I've never used them, but I think she's a hoop person. And I think a Mirabilia is, I don't think a hoop's going to work for it, because you don't want to get creases in it. You really want to be able to get I think a Q-snap's worth it. I mean, I think they're about $15 to buy. So I'll just grab one and we'll see what we think of it anyway. I don't think she'd want a scroll frame, because she wouldn't want a lap stand, and you can't do, it's too big. So I think a Q-snap might be nice and light for her to use in her hands anyway. That's what we will try. So that's my 6 monthly plan. And then, I'll just show you a couple of things I bought. This has changed my life. I've always seen these around and I thought, maybe, yeah. The little DMC horsehead thread organiser. Now, who was talking about wondering what these were? I was watching a video of I can't remember your name. I'll look up the video again and I will find it. And she was saying, a thread organiser, does anyone use these and what are they for? Well, this is what they're for and what you use them for. So I bought 2 of these to use with my mill hill, okay? Now, the mill hill is a kit, so you already have your lengths of thread, or half lengths as I've got there. And when I got the kit, because it had been opened but not stitched, some of the threads had been used. So there was just a bunch of threads in there and I had to sort them all out, and that was a nightmare. And I just put them on bobbins. But putting multiple lengths of thread on bobbins really doesn't work very well. It was like you'd unwind one and it was just crap. Anyway, so I took them off the bobbins and I put them on these, and they're bloody great. Because you often get these with kits, like with my Mermaid kit, it's already on a thread organiser. Anyway, these are cute. I think they're about $5 from Spotlight. I'm sure you can buy them You can buy them anywhere. They're DMC anyway. And they looks like a unicorn mane. Look at that, like a rainbow pony, a My Little Pony. Anyway, they're really handy and they're good hard plastic. And on the back, There is a back and a front. They're numbered. Each one is number 1, 2, 3, 4, through to 14. And all I've done on my chart is I've written next to the colour this number here. Even though I've got two, I mean, obviously the reds are reds and blues are blues. So put completely different colours in this one and this one. Anyway, it's really easy to use and work it out, and I love them. So, yeah, that was a small acquisition, floss-ition purchase from this month. Just a couple of other things I purchased. So I talked about in a video a while ago about how I love the idea of hand-dyed threads and silks, but I don't like that I can't see them before I buy them. Anyway, shortly after I posted the video, after a couple of comments, people suggested a grab bag, and I thought, yeah, totally going to do a grab bag. I was going to buy grab bags off Fiberlicious, but she was on holiday at the time, and I think she might still be, so I couldn't place an order and I couldn't wait. And then I went to the other Facebook group that I know, is a hand dyer, and I did a Mo's order. And then Carolyn copied me, so I enabled her. And we actually got the same colours. Carolyn and I got the same ones, and I've twiddled. I was so excited to twiddle. After Teresa's video, which was hilarious about how to twiddle, well, she didn't know how to twiddle, and she asked the world how to twiddle, and the wonderful Dee answered her twiddling question. Well, I saved that video, and I thought, I am one day going to twiddle. And I've twiddled. Look at all my twiddling. Oh, it was such fun. It looks so much prettier twiddled. It really does. I've got no comparison because they're all twiddled. But they look much better twiddled. And twiddling is easy and it's lovely. And because I can, I'm going to read out the colours that I got because Carolyn didn't, and maybe people are interested. And they do smell pretty. Pretty Bird. This is Pretty Bird. It's probably my favourite, I think. It's Pretty Bird. It's like maroon, pink and yellow. It's nice. I only got one of those, I think. My favourite I only got one of. And then I got two of all the other colours. This is Black Widow. Pinks to greys. Very nice. Close enough to true. It's nice. And I got two of, what's this? Mo, your handwriting's like a doctor. Whatever that is. What do you think? What do you think that is? I don't know. I don't know what that is. You can read it as well as I can. So just a light variegation in a blue. This is pretty. This is called Easter Bunny. From pale greens to pink. Just a very soft green to a soft pink. It's lovely. We've got Jelly Bean, grey to purple. See, so pretty twiddled. What else we got? I like the names. Calico. It's like from a white to like a chocolate through to a sort of an orangey colour. It's very interesting combinations. I have no idea what I'm going to use them for at this stage. I just want them. And I'm not a stasher. I'm not a hoarder of stash, but I needed to hoard some of these. And they're $20 a bag. You know, it's a pretty affordable way to start. And at the time, she was doing free shipping to Australia, which was great. And she does specials regularly, Mr. and Mrs. Mo. So this is Saints, from like a charcoaly grey green to a mustardy yellow. Sorry, they're upside down. The name is the right way up for me, but the label is upside down for you. Anyway, we've got Milky Way, which is from like a yellowy mustard colour through to like a sagey grey green. There's that boy coughing again. Hopefully he doesn't wake up yet because I'm almost finished. Saint, Mo's. What do you reckon? That's the colour anyway. It's like an orangey and brown. Like an animal. Eagles. Eagles? Yeah. Turquoise to white. what? This is called, oh, this is appropriate, Olaf, whatever his name is, you know, the frozen snowman. He's from his carrot nose to his snow white body, I suppose. And Evening Woods, that's pretty too. Very like a mauvey, purpley, lilac-y to a grey. Anyway, they're lovely. Totally twiddled them, Carolyn. Stop being lazy. You know I'm joking. Now, and I got silks as well. I didn't tell you. So that's the cottons, and then I got a grab bag of silks as well. Now, the silks to me don't seem to be variegated. I wasn't sure what I was getting. I just gave it a go. But they feel really pretty, and I'm going to use them for something. I don't know what. It's called banana. Because we have no bananas for you. Feels beautiful and soft and smells delicious. Names are great. Rubber ducky, you're the one. Oh my God, I'm seeing bonnet, blue bonnet, I guess. Very soft blue, it's very pretty. I've gone mad today. I think it's all like lack of sleep, or that's the excuse I'm using. Northport. I guess it's a place, not a place I know, but anyway. Lamb. It's kind of like lamb's wool linen sort of colour. Well, I know it's a grey, silver. Anyway, it's pretty, very nice. Cornucopia. Black, basically. And a great purple colour here called Hebib, is it? H-E-B-E, Hebib. Hebib Hooray, I don't know. Not my birthday yet. Easter Grazer, is that right? Then maybe this is from an Easter thing about grass or something. Kitty cat, do you want to come say hello? That's that one anyway. Come here. I can't believe I'm showing my cat on a video. But cross stitches are cat people. I think that's sorry. She's come here. Come here. Oh, isn't she beautiful? She's just a tabby, but she's very friendly. Don't eat those silks. She's sniffing them. They must be pretty. Are they pretty? Pretty. So my husband thinks that gamers have cats, which is true, but cross stitches have cats too. So we had a long discussion about the name, and he was thinking, oh, I'll name it something like Lara Croft, or oh, get off my cross stitch, or Zelda, or something. He was looking up all these gamer cat names, and I was going to call it Shira, after Shira, Princess of Power. Anyway, then my son called her Honey. So it's Honey. She's purring. Okay, one more thing I've got to show you. You're not normally allowed on the table, so this is like a new adventure. We better get you down. So bye-bye, kitty. Can you hear it? Oh, sorry. Okay, so I went to the local craft fair, came to Wagga, and there was no cross stitch there. Craft alive. There was nothing there for cross stitches, except there was some hand-dyed threads, which were beautiful, from Cascade House. I couldn't leave empty-handed, so I bought these. This was the only thing I could find there. There was some scissors and things like that. Come on, kitty. Come on. And I bought these. And they're really pretty. And I might use those I might use those on my AAN instead with my butterfly. I don't know. But anyway, I had to buy them because they're so pretty. And they feel so soft. So Cascade House, these are really nice. I think my son's waking up, so this is good timing because I think I'm finished anyway. Anyway, the colour number is 6745. A turquoise pink. Aren't they beautiful? Really lovely colours, those ones. You like those, kitty? You like those, kitty? Anyway, so cats are very relaxing, aren't they? Our house is very calm since we've had a cat. Yes, we are. Oh my God, I'm pathetic. All right, so I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, all my subscribers. I looked the other day and I had 777, which is completely insane. I don't know who you all are, but you're all lovely, and I really do appreciate it very much. And I love watching everyone's videos. I love Flosstube. It's so nice. And I really enjoy Instagram now too. I find it's a really good way to record my stitching life. So follow me on Instagram if you are an Instagrammer, Pyrex Stitches. And if you haven't already subscribed and you aren't driven crazy by me, today's not normal. There's a cat curling up in my lap. Yeah, subscribe again. Good kitty. Oh God, cats on videos. Maybe it'll be an internet sensation. I don't know. I think that's why my husband bought the cat. I think he thinks it's going to be like Maru and just like do crazy things, but I think maybe it's just a cat. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling. And we'll see you next time. Ow! She's biting me now. Go away.